Okay, Year 7, welcome to your video tutorial on naming angles. Look how excited I am to name some angles. Okay, let's begin. Okay, naming angles. You'll need to write this down, guys. The first important piece of information you'll need to write down is an angle is made up of two rays. Okay, this is ray 1 here and ray 2 here. They go out. Just imagine it like a ray of sunlight going out. They're made up of two rays, and they're also made up of a vertex, okay? So you'll need to write down an angle is made up of two rays. We label the angle with 3 uppercase letters, okay? Letter 1 starts at one end of the ray. Letter 2 starts at the vertex, which is that middle point, and letter 3 starts at the other end of the ray. When we're trying to identify an angle, we put a little line in here. This Y here is called the vertex. You'll need to write this down. Underneath it, I'd also like you to draw an example of this angle, including the naming, the X, the Y, and the Z. Now, I can either write this angle here as angle XYZ, so starting from one ray, moving to the vertex, and then moving to the other ray. Or I can start at the Z, Z, Y, X. What I cannot do is start with the Y, X, and Z. I cannot do that. My vertex must always, excuse the motorbikes. My vertex must always be at the center. And I preface it, guys, or I put before it, this little angle symbol here. That's really important. That identifies the angle. So angle X, Y, Z in this case. Okay? We use 3 letters, like I've just talked about on the other side. 3 letters to name the angle. It doesn't matter what 3 letters. It does not matter what 3 letters. Usually we like to use letters that follow sequentially in the alphabet. A, B, C, L, M, N, Q, P, R. It does not matter what letters you use, as long as when naming them, you make sure your vertex is in the center. You don't need to write this down, okay? This is just another example. If you have the previous slide, you will be fine. But we use 3 letters, L, N, M, to name the angle. And we always make sure that our N, or our vertex, is in the center, okay? This is how we actually measure an angle. Now, this device here we call a protractor. You'll notice the protractor has a center point, okay, and it also has a baseline. Then it has the numbers 0 all the way around to 180, and then on the outside 0 all the way around to 180. This will become important. So, first off, I want to get you guys used to using protractor. So I'd like you to draw an angle. You only need your ruler, or you can flip around the edge of your protractor. I'd like you to do this in your rule books underneath what you've just written. Draw an angle, any angle. Here's my angle, for example, that I've drawn. You might want to pause the video tutorial if you need to draw this. So to measure an angle, all we need to do is put the center point of the protractor on the vertex, okay? So our center point of our protractor should be on the vertex. Now you can still tell my angle here is in the blue. So from there to there, that's in there. And my vertex is on the center point. You don't need to write down these instructions. If you would like to write these instructions down, I am happy for you to write them as step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, so step 1 was draw the angle. Step 2 was put the center point of the protractor on the vertex. Step 3 is that we rotate the protractor, so that the base lines line up with the ray. So one of my bottom rays, I have to make sure it lines up with the baseline. So my vertex and my center point line up, and now my baseline and one of my rays line up. Now in a moment we're going to learn about different types of angles. However, if we have a look at this angle, we'll know it's an acute. Most of you know that because most of you got it right in your pre-test. And we know we start at the 0. So we read the angle off the protractor, always starting at the 0, not at 180, at the 0, because it's 0 degrees. And then we go all the way up. I hit 50, and these lines in between represent 1, so it's on 52. That's how I measure an angle. Now we're going to have a look at types of angles. This is equally exciting, so I am unsure why I have a sad face here, but appreciate it anyway. I need you to draw this table into your book. You may want to pause this, guys. I just want you to have it there. Actually, as I've just said this to you, whoever's watching the video tutorial now, remind me, because I'm about to hand it out to you on a sheet of paper. Sorry about that, guys. I'll hand it out to you on a sheet of paper and you can stick it in. Only because most of you will know how to do this. The only thing that you won't know how to do, probably, is measuring a reflex angle with your protractor, which we're going to look at right after you finish this video tutorial. And that's it, guys. Once I hand you out this piece of paper, you will have the angle types. Now, previous to that, that is measuring angles and naming them. And that's the end.